In 2025, YouTube made an algorithm update where we have started to see the playing field differentiate for both large channels and small channels alike. What's happening is we're starting to see that small channels are able to come in, break through, and compete on a level playing field as large audiences and large content creators. Now, the benefit of this is if you learn how to crack the algorithm code, you can make your channel thrive, thus gaining views and standing out in the world of YouTube. But with both large creators and small creators, often it can feel like your channel is not coming to the surface and that you're not gaining views. And this can be entirely frustrating. And what we're starting to see today in the creator space is that large channels are struggling to get views, and we're starting to see smaller channels gain traction at a very rapid rate. Now, the differentiator between this is before, large channels were able to gain views because they had authority. But today, that's not the same case. And what we're able to see is for those that understand how the 2025 YouTube algorithm works, are able to have it play in their favor, and you can too. Inside this video, we're going to talk about the YouTube algorithm and how you can make it work for you, thus allowing your videos to gain views, gaining your channel with a tremendous amount of more traction than what it may have before. Let's dive in. The YouTube algorithm isn't one single algorithm. It's actually a multiple series of algorithms. And when you think about it and how you think about the YouTube algorithm, we're starting to see a shift across many social media platforms. And what I mean by this is that most platforms today are out there and they're thinking, how can I get a user to stay on longer? So when we look at YouTube's whole experience, and even with the update, is how can it better serve the viewer at that point in time, right here, right now. And what YouTube is starting to do is create content or show that viewer content that they might be interested in, or sister content that might be similar, to be able to allow them to stay on the platform longer. Now, the algorithm isn't one single system, and when we talk about the algorithm, we're going to talk about it that there's many different parts of the algorithm. And you'll notice this whenever you go into YouTube and you're searching for a specific problem, there is an algorithm that pulls out those particular videos of what you're searching for. And then there is content that appears in your suggested side box, which even though you've just recently searched that particular topic, you'll have sister topics that are both related to the topic that you just searched for, but then there are topics that populate that are recommendations from either your past searches or videos that YouTube feels that it's going to recommend to you because it thinks you might be interested in. Then there is the home feed or your home browsing page. When you arrive at YouTube, you're going to land on your initial home page. And this is where popular videos of those that you've subscribed to or that you have recently searched to will eventually populate. Now, it's important that we take a look at the particular viewer and what they're viewing at that particular time, because that is YouTube's goal, is to create content for that particular viewer and what would make them happy today. What would they be interested in viewing right now? What can I do to give videos for that viewer that'll solve their problem? And if they do like that particular video, what can I suggest or populate on their homepage that they might be interested in viewing tomorrow? And think about that. We often see this populate whenever we go to any different social media platform. When you view a particular video, the algorithm shows you content based on that particular video. So when you think about creating a video or you could think about creating content, you want to think about it in a different viewpoint. Not how can I beat the algorithm, how can I get ahead of the algorithm, but more importantly, do you know the audience that you serve and what their pain points, what their problems are, and how can you create a video that is going to help them through that searchable problem. And if you understand that, you're going to be a tremendous amount further ahead than most people that create content on YouTube. So think of it this way, the algorithm's job is to find the perfect video for that viewer. Your job is to create that perfect video for that viewer, thus allowing you to be matched up with somebody that is in your specific audience, landing you success in the video that you're creating. So what benefits the algorithm and how can you play the algorithm to go into your favor? Like, what does it reward? What are the highlights? Well, there's 4 key factors that really the algorithm takes a look into. And let's break those down. The first factor is your click-through rate. The next factor is your retention and watch time. The third is viewer satisfaction, and the fourth is consistency. And let's break all of these out. The first one is your click-through rate. Now, your click-through rate is very important because a high click-through rate is really thought of having a very good thumbnail. Now, in my last video, I talked about how having a very good thumbnail is key, and it's important to create not only a curiosity factor, but also having a strong title. Both of those in combination are going to allow you to have a very high click-through rate. Now, if you don't have a good title and you don't have a good thumbnail, then you may as well consider your video as dead. And you can have the best produced video that is out there, but if you don't keep in mind having very good SEO and a very good click-through rate and a combination of both a good title, curiosity, you're not going to land very far on YouTube and your video will remain dead. Having a good click-through rate and really using different systems like TubeBuddy or vidIQ to do A/B testing will help you generate and understand a very strong click-through rate. Now, what this does is it signals to the algorithm that your video is worth watching, and there's more key factors that go involved in it, but the first one is making sure that your click-through rate is very strong. Now, when you have a click-through rate that is above 5%, it signals to the algorithm that people are clicking through watching the video, and this is a really good start. A strong thumbnail with curiosity is what you want to keep in mind to have a really strong click-through rate. The next factor that I talked about is watch time and retention. When somebody clicks through to your video, keeping them past 30 seconds or even past 2 minutes is key. You want to make sure that you keep in mind that the first 30 seconds of your video are the most important, and people decide within the first 15 if they're going to stay or if they're going to click away. And your job is to create a powerful intro, making sure that they stay longer. When you look at your retention curves on your videos, you really want to take that time to look at your videos that have a stronger retention curve and those that have a weaker curve. And what could you have done that's different to have viewers stay longer? When you look at the different curves and you identify what is a strong intro, today people really want to get to it very, very quickly and what the point is. So when you do have strong watch time and you have both your title and you have your curiosity feature, you want to make sure that you start to deliver on that promise right away. Because what happens if you don't is that people tend to click away. It hurts your video. Even if you have a high click-through rate, YouTube will stop recommending the video because people click away within the first 15 seconds. Viewer satisfaction is very important to the algorithm. When we talk about viewer satisfaction, did somebody engage with your video? Engagement and community is really important to YouTube, but it also signifies to the algorithm that people enjoyed your content and that they're actually engaging with your content. So if somebody stays and they stay for the entire video and they click through on your end screen, it signals to the algorithm that there is viewer satisfaction. Even today, now what you're starting to see is for YouTube to ask questions. Were you satisfied with a particular video? And if they were, they let the algorithm know. Now, those populate few and far in between, and it's usually when you finish a video, but this is key data for the algorithm to decide if a viewer actually engaged and liked your video. Now, if they tend to continue to your channel and they watch more of your content, what this signals to YouTube is that A, your channel has good content and quality, and it signals to the algorithm to continue to recommend the video and start to boost and recommend other videos of yours as well as your channel. So keep that in mind, that whenever you have somebody that does click through, ask them directly to like the video, or to ask them directly to leave a comment below or answer a question that you had in the video. Those things are going to help you create engagement inside your videos, thus engagement, watch time, leading to a stronger algorithm push of your video. Now, the fourth key factor, which I talked about earlier, is consistency. Making sure that you're consistent on YouTube really helps the algorithm. When you have a frequent posting schedule, such as you're posting 1 to 2 videos a week, or you're posting 2 to 3 videos a week, this tells the YouTube algorithm that you're active. If you have one video here, one video there, it doesn't really help the algorithm, and sometimes it can take the algorithm a lot longer to understand what your channel is about, who you are, and who to recommend it to. When you're consistent, you want to make sure that you create a consistent factor. For example, when you have a series of content versus, like, for example, on my channel, I have a career series of content, I have a short series of content, and now I have a YouTube series of content. YouTube and the algorithm not only sees that you're consistent by uploading 1 to 2 times a week, but it starts that ability to be able to find who that content is for and how to recommend it. Plus, on top of that, just being consistent in general allows the algorithm to know that you're both relative and active, thus helping you drive engagement to your channel. So those are your 4 key areas that you want to keep in mind when you are driving the algorithm. Now, just like there are really good ways to boost the algorithm and help it generate views, there are also things that are common mistakes that are out there today that can really hurt your results in the algorithm. The first one is chasing any type of trend. Think about this. If you're niche down and you have a fitness channel or you have a recipe channel, and I've talked about this a few times, and you create a dancing video because you're chasing a particular trend, YouTube is not going to know who to recommend that content to, and your current audience isn't going to resonate with a dancing video because they're used to seeing particularly different recipes in YouTube Shorts, and they're used to seeing long-term content that has how to cook or how to bake or different recipes that you have in a longer form. So when you are chasing trend, the idea that you want to have is really kind of take the idea of the trend, jump on the trend, but really take it back and reflect it to your channel. And how can you spin that so not only do you able to gain those particular type of views, but you can make the views relevant to your specific niche. Now, another common mistake to avoid is really over optimizing your SEO, but not optimizing your thumbnail. When you don't put a lot of effort into the thumbnail, a lot of times you're going to have a low click-through rate. And your thumbnail is very, very important because it is your billboard for your particular video. You want to go through YouTube and really take a look at what thumbnails drive clicked engagement and really try to not copy, but more so mirror those thumbnails and create a style that is not only your own, but imitates and understands what's popular right now on YouTube. There are different types of thumbnails that do really, really well, and then there are different types of thumbnails that don't do really well. Having a clean thumbnail that doesn't have too much on it and is not overly cluttered is going to do better on YouTube. And when you combine that with strong SEO, you're going to have a high click-through rate. Now, another common mistake to avoid is not understanding your audience. Now, what I mean by that is when you create videos and the videos are completely random and you aren't targeting a specific audience, what happens is that you will create videos that are too short for your audience and too long for your audience. And really what you want to do is you want to take time to look at different creators that are in your niche and really start to see whether they create really long content or really short content. Now, a lot of content, the sweet spot that people talk about today is really to create around 15 minutes that you're able to create a video. You don't want to go too short, like 6 minutes. You don't want to go overly long, but it really depends on your style, understanding your audience, and really seeing how long they stay to enjoy your content. Different videos drive different levels of engagement, and when somebody is staying for your videos and they're starting to stay longer or for the entire video, it might signal that you're able to hold the viewer attention for a really long period of time, and this is a really good thing. But you want to take time to make sure you understand your audience and how long you're holding their attention. Whether you drive for short form content or long form content, understanding your audience engagement factors are really key to success and the algorithm playing in your favor. So let's tie all of this in together. When you're creating videos, you really want to take a look at when you publish it the first 48 hours. That is going to be key. You want to have a batch series of thumbnails for that video if the video isn't performing the way that you think it should. You also want to kind of keep in mind, what is your SEO? Do you have 1 or 2 titles available to where you can pivot if the video isn't performing? Now, we talked about A/B testing. Maybe one is going further than the other, and that's the one that you would like to use for the video. You also want to encourage session time. When you have sessions or series, your video is interrelated into that series, thus allowing the user to be on the platform longer, but more importantly, engaging with your particular content more. Now, the other part about it too is remember to hook first and deliver your content in a very streamlined way. Within the first 15 to 30 seconds, the viewer should know what they're clicking through for and what the video is about and why they should stay around for the entire video. And then after all of that, within the first 24 hours to 48, you really want to deep dive your analytics to see what people are doing with that particular video. And what I mean is, how many views have you got for your channel? Is that good? Is that bad? Is it in a relation? But then also, how are people engaging with the video? Are they staying around for a while? Are they leaving within the first 15 seconds? You want to understand the user experience for that video. So when it comes to the 2025 YouTube algorithm, you want to create a really strong action plan that's going to help your channel move forward and your videos move forward. So whenever you're looking at that, you want to look and you want to research first off, who is the audience and what is the audience and what is the niche that you're trying to reach. A lot of the time there's so much advice, you should niche down, you shouldn't niche down, but really when you're creating a video, you really want to come at it with the viewer in mind. So my best advice for you is it doesn't hurt to niche down and really understand what is your next 3 to 5 videos that you're planning to create, what is the niche that you're going for, and really what is the series that you're looking to create. This is going to help you tremendously because you're going to have an idea of batch content, but then your viewer can binge your content and keeping all of that in mind. So whenever you take a look at an example of this, and I gave the example of my channel earlier, you can go to many different channels and they often have playlists where you can binge a particular topic. So research 3 to 5 videos that you want to create and create irresistible thumbnails and titles and marry them together. This is going to help your click-through rate, thus jumping the algorithm and thus having people come through. You want to script each video for a really strong hook and a really strong intro. Remember, your first 30 seconds for each video is going to be important, but you also want to view the viewer experience and the journey as they go through that series of videos. So you may have a very good hook on the first video. What is the topic of that first video? And then how does it interlay to video 2, 3, and 4 in that series? And remember, each one of these has to be search engine optimized and it has to have a really strong thumbnail because you want that to tie in together. And the other really good piece with that is is you're able to create a different series of cards, thus interlinking those videos together, creating a longer session on your channel, but also creating a longer session on YouTube, signifying and really having the algorithm play in your favor. Now, you want to watch your weekly analytics. Analytics are anything on any industry, and understanding your analytics is key. Is the video that you just created, is that helping your channel? When you have a channel and you look at your click-through rate on just a general basis, is your click-through rate good? Is it strong? Or is it well below average? Usually an average click-through rate is around 4%. And if you are above 4%, then you're doing yourself a service because you're creating really good content. But is your content channeling out, and is it being recommended? If you search your content, do you rank on Google? Do you rank on YouTube? And you really want to look at a lot of that, and you can really tell that if you're continuing to be recommended for views by the algorithm. And you want to be able to adjust accordingly. So if you're below the 4%, you really want to take a look at your videos. Look at your intros and really look at everything about the video. If you didn't know who you were, would you stick around and watch the video? Are you getting value from your own videos within the first 30 seconds? And hey, it's easy to be biased of like, hey, yeah, I would watch that. But you have to be honest with yourself and really taking personal feedback and saying, did I hit it home? Did I address everything? Did I create that curiosity within the first 30 seconds? Did I pan out my whole video of why somebody should watch it? And did it come off authentic? So focus less on trying to have your videos go viral, or I think the new term now is pop off. You really want to make sure that you focus in and have a key strategy in your video and really script it out, take the time and really plan it out when you're filming the video. And nothing is wrong with practicing your video and making sure that it's delivered well. I've had really good videos that deliver very well, and then I've had prior videos that I didn't really feel were really well filmed. And what I like to tell everybody as well is it doesn't matter if it's the best video that you've created. We all have videos that we haven't filmed the best, and that's okay. You're going to have to film a few that are going to do well and that are going to do poor. But being able to focus on not making it as viral, but really outlining and delivering the content well is what people are most interested in. The 2025 YouTube algorithm update, I think, is one of the best updates that are out there because it really gives small channels the ability to grow and move forward. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, you're more than welcome to download my freebie, the YouTube Launch and Grow Blueprint, which is located in the description below and the pinned comments below. And if you want, you're more than welcome to travel over to my site, jenniferfellon.com, where I host a tremendous amount of content helping you move your business and your YouTube channel forward. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.